housing market in Greenville, North Carolina, September 2022.
But first, let's hit it. Hi, this is Alan Victoria Pinder. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, please subscribe in our channel and get notified when we put a new video and podcast for you.
Honestly, we get calls and texts and emails all the time. Please don't be shy. Call us at 252-327-3357. Now, let's talk about that.
Inventory.
Right, so what do you want to say about inventory?
Part of the inventory is active listing, and my wife wanted to say that what is inventory?
And there's also pending. Pending is included with active. Pending means it is under contract. It's just not sold yet because it typically takes a mortgage 30 days to sell. We get this question every single day, so I want to kind of throw that out there. Okay, now active listings in August 2022. There was 146 in the Greenville area. July, last month, there was 139.
Therefore, we have more inventory in respect to the last month, but if you compare it with the last year, this time, we had
154.
154.
Which is still down 5.2% from last year. Now let's talk about those pending, which are already under contract.
Under the contract. No?
So this year there was 121.
And it still is counted, toward the inventory.
Right. So 121 this month, 102 last month, which means, but compared to last year, it was 155. So there was 21.9% decrease from last year.
But if you compare it with the month of July, we had a better inventory in general. And if you're looking at the sold houses, we had 114 households in Greenville this month, and the last month was 132. Therefore, if you're looking at the last year, this time, we had just 136, but we have less sold, almost 16.2% less.
So now let's talk about days on market and the absorption rate, which always gets me a little confused. Okay, so August 2022, days on market was 10. July 2022 was 11, so it sped up a little bit. But compared to last year when it was 12, it is actually down 16.6%. Now, absorption rate.
Therefore, the days on market is how fast your house is going for sale or you buy it. The buyers are buying it. As my wife said, it's got a little bit faster. And now absorption rate. This is tells you that basically is a buyer's market, is a seller's market. If you compare the numbers of the absorption rate in August, we have 1.11. And in July 2022, we had 106. Therefore, the absorption a little bit went higher. That means that still we are in the seller's market. And if you compare it with the last year, absorption rate at this time was 115. Therefore, we had a decrease of 3.48. Therefore, it's a little bit cooler in respect to last year.
Okay, now let's talk about the average list price and the average sale price.
Which you are very excited about.
Okay, so sellers is really matters for you. The average sale and the average list price in August 22 was $429,089.
Yes, that is the people they listed for. That what is the difference between listed and sell?
The listed price is what? Tell me.
This listed price is you as a seller that you wanted to put your house, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna sell with that price. This is what you wish for. You ask your realtor to put it in the market for you.
Okay, so, and then last month it was $427,297, which means it has increased a 0.242%. Compared to last year, which was $311,955, it has actually increased 37.55. Crazy numbers, right?
But don't be afraid. Now we want to talk about average sale price. This is the one that is sold on the market. The August 2022, we had $267,983. And if you compare it with the last month in July, we were $277,554. And definitely we had a decrease of the sales price with respect to the last month, but we had
3.44% decrease.
Yes, and then respect to last year, this time we had 15.75 increase.
231,516 from last year, which is 15% higher.
Which makes sense. From the last year to this year, almost 16% appreciation.
Okay, and now let's talk about those Zillow. Who has want to talk about Zillow home value?
Therefore, now we wanted to talk about the Zillow Home Value Index. No, in January 2022, the average sale price in the Greenville was $192,000, and in July, end of July, beginning of August, because it's still the data is not released for the last 30 days, it was $210,286. That means just from January, the last 8 months, we had appreciation of 9.53%.
Okay, so July 2022 to June 2022 went from 207K to 210,286, which was still month over average 1.58%. What about from last year?
And if you compare the last year, this year, we had 23.69% appreciation, because last year, this time, the house average sale price was $170,000.
Now, the biggest thing on why buyers aren't showing up as a mass as they were before is what? The next thing we're going to talk about, mortgage rates.
No, we want to talk about first about the rent. What happened to the rental market?
What happened to the rental market?
Rental market. Therefore, if you average all the bedrooms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, the average of all of them for the rent was $1,405. And if you look at the months over months increase of rent in Greenville, we had $155 increase. That means that the rent went up to the average.
Now, we are still more affordable than the national average, but those rental markets are definitely hitting people and hurting people, which means they might now consider buying more. So,
and then if you wanted to talk about price per square footage wise, how much we are the price of square footage wise?
$160 per square foot on average right now. There were 28 price reductions in the market last month. And what was the sold to list ratio? A
sold to ratio actually decreased 43.2%, which we explained all the numbers to you before. And off market basically houses increased almost 20%, to be exact 19.5%.
Okay, now we can talk about that elephant in the room, the mortgage rates.
Yes, this is for you as a buyer. That
and
if this
sellers
is,
need to understand why there's less buyers coming to their house because of these mortgage
exactly.
rates. Okay, so the end of June, the average was 5.13.
No, average in June 23rd, actually the mortgage interest rate went to the highest, 5.81. And then it knocked down to the August 18 to 5.13, which we had a lot of good improvement room for those that you are the buyers.
Okay, so this is the average data over time from the Freddie Mac. So what do you want to tell me? What's the...
Well, now for you as a buyer, now that you are entering the fall, we wanted to say that what is the prediction that 6 big players, including Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, National Association of Home Builders, National Association of Realtors, Mortgage Banker Association, and Wells Fargo. These 6 big players, they predicted the average of whole of them as a prediction for the month of September was 5.33%. And if you compare it to the June and July from 5.81, what is the good news is?
That is good news.
The interest rate is going to go down as what they predicted. That means for you as a buyer, you can get a higher sell price home. No?
Now, I want to also say this 5% and the 5.3%, these seem high compared to the historic lows we just went under. But however, when we look at the larger macro level of the higher,
yes,
they are actually on par with what most people pay for homes average over time. So they're not astronomical crazy. We are back to norms, not back to prehistoric lows, prehistoric highs. It is actually in a normal. So don't freak out, and then you can always refi later.
And remember, the government always use the interest to offset the inflation. And it's still, there are in the opportunities, if you're looking at to lock the interest rate, please contact us at 252-327-3357 because we have some choices for you that they can help you if you are a home buyer.
Okay, so I hope this was helpful and can't wait to see you in the next video.
See you next video, and thank you, and talk to you in podcast.